Hi, my name's Dave Zandigar, and I live at his house. What's your name?
John.
This is John Zandigar, and he lives at my house.
Okay.
We're from Lindenhurst, Illinois, and this is our 5th Brickworld Chicago appearance.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we brought a lot of stuff out for the kids to enjoy today. So what do we got here? Who starts off with this parade here?
Big white thing.
This is a Pokemon. This is a selection that John and I made because we usually do have a fairly large Pokemon in our team of stuff. And although I wasn't familiar with the history of this Pokemon, I like the elegance of it. I thought the girls might like it too because it's kind of like a pony, you know.
Yeah.
So let's see. This guy up here. This is a video game that John loves to play that I like to watch and laugh my butt off. The Raving Rabbids. If you guys haven't tried the game, you should try it just for a laugh because they're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people play that, and it is pretty funny.
Tell them the story about these guys here. About these assails and their how they have the.
The sails are giant mechanical warriors built to fend off a mad doctor's creation called the MCs or Mecha Creeps.
You didn't bring any Mecha Creeps today, did you?
No, I didn't get approval.
Well, we'll have to bring some
I didn't
tomorrow.
get approval by you yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I needed to give you approval.
Yes, because I don't know if they're too big or too small.
The little Mighty Figs, we've got them on both of our slideshows. It's something that we just recently started, a way to make a little signature type figure. And just always start with a weird piece, the offset 1x4 plate, which makes the shoulders. And that's basically from there you see what you can do with them. And the regular hair, got to use the hair.
Yeah, those are unique. Those are interesting. You know, like you said, it's kind of a new technique you've been using there. Let's see, you've got like Star Trek characters, Matrix characters, all different builds there.
Yeah, and I like the proportions actually. Although they're not any wider than a minifig, they're because their legs are a little bit longer.
Okay.
They look more like real people.
Yeah.
The story of this one was cute because I was building a 1969 Corvette convertible, huge mock, with LEDs, flip-up headlights, and the whole bit, and it was not working well. So I take the thing apart again, and we've had all of these hundreds of red bows from the Fokker triplane we built a couple of years back, and I start building this right away. This little assault piece here. And I said, hey, John, check out this thing I'm building. And he says, hey, that's pretty cool. He says, you know what would be even better? If we had a base where they were building another one. And this was actually his idea, and I thought, well, how cool could that be? And after it was done, it was like, we really enjoy it.
Yeah, this is impressive. It's interesting. I like your walkers.
You can actually play with it, too. I mean, you can open it up and move the guys around. And,
awesome.
Yeah. So.
And you got your large Black Knight here.
We have no idea who put that there. You know, nobody. I mean, even us, we don't have that much black Lego. Come on. Yeah. He is, by the way, he is invincible.
Oh, okay.
I'm invincible.
Yeah, you're a loony.
The Black Knight always triumphs.
And I was asked to do a version with the removable limbs.
You gonna do lead on me?
And maybe some Lego red plates. And I told them that we run a G-rated show here.
Sure.
So they had to take him during the initial part of the sequence when he's still intact. Yeah, King Arthur. That's that guy a brute or what?
That's cool.
This is cool. This is this micro scale piece that I built this for fun because John designed this spaceship a couple months ago. And I loved it. So I said I would like to see a couple of these blowing something up. And
Sit here.
yeah, so I built a couple, and then I started finding all the stupidest pieces I could think of to build buildings out.
Yeah, you made it work. It's really nice. I love. I mean, you look at the rounded buildings, the interesting architectural details.
And I actually had fun building it. It wasn't like I really needed to make it for a display, or I did that just for kicks, just so I gave a home for my little spaceships. Yeah, but once again, it's something that this is from both imaginations, how they meld together.
Yeah.
This one is Dad trying to figure out what you could possibly do with a Lego airplane wing, other than build a Lego airplane, you know. And otherwise,
build a big fat piece of junk.
Yeah, it would have went into a giveaway bin probably. And I said, well, let me try to build something with the wing, and that's what that is. It's just
big fat piece of junk.
I don't even know if that made it to the registration list because it was just a week or two ago.
Okay.
How about the Bionicons, John?
Well, the Bionicons are like Bionicle Decepticons from Transformers.
Here, you want to do a plane mode real quick?
Alright.
Yeah, they all turn into a flying mode.
Cool, yeah, you can show us how this works.
Flying types.
There you go, now it can fly. Impressive, I like that.
Yeah, this was a guy that John designed on the computer, and I thought that it would make an interesting Lego creation too. So, once again, it was something that it was both of us, came from both of us. Yeah.
No flakes. No flakes.
This guy we built. We were in a little Lego documentary later last year. It was like released in January, and that we needed to be building something I thought Lego specific. So I just said, well, I got the keychain, Red Dirty Sensei Woo keychain that has been through battle with me, and I said, let's do Woo, but give him a little pose like in the cartoon, and so that was the result of that. And it was cute because we didn't know we would have two shoots with him. And we did the home one. I was still building the legs, and then a few weeks later they caught up with some. It wasn't even probably a couple weeks. They caught up with some field footage, and it was all done. So we took it and installed it at a library. So they got to see us building it, one part of the little thing, and then installing it finished. Yeah. He's got his little
Straw hat.
He's got his little pattern on his back and the little holes in his legs, just like the real one.
How long does it take you to make like a large minifig like that?
The Woo, probably
We don't answer.
8 to 10 hours to build something like that. Yeah. And what do you got up there? These were. You guys know everybody knows the epic dragon battle kit, right? The Ninjago. The best mods. It's these guys here that do they have a story behind them?
Well, they're Bakugan from the customized Bakugan from the TV show Bakugan. One of them called Zaranoid, and then the other is Trigonoid.
Gotcha. Yeah, those are cool. A nice little customizable there.
Yeah, you can mix your hobbies. Oh, heroes and villains. This is heroes and villains at Brickworld this year, and we don't like good and evil, so we went with funny and funnier. So we have a hero and a villain. We're really not sure who's who sometimes. But in this case, the villain is clearly the aggressor, and the other guy just wants to know, is this guy for real? So this is our contribution to the theme, to the heroes and villains theme this year.
What he said.
Interesting.
Who doesn't like Looney Tunes,
Yeah.
And there's Connor's. This is a railroad trolley, a ferry that a ferry that takes trains across the water, and it's not something that we see a whole lot of now. But they still probably do use them in places where they couldn't put a bridge. So that's very cool build for a very small builder. Good job, Connor. Nice shirt, by the way. All right, buddy.
Yes.
So, let's see. Moving along. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
A gigantic black octopus.
Yeah, kind of, sort of wanted him to look like the minifig octopus.
Okay.
And just sat down with the black. Obviously, you do a tentacle first, and see if you can make it work, and then duplicate it a couple times and just see what you can make work, and then build this gigantic head that makes you build the little legs in the back to keep his gigantic head from tipping him over.
Yeah, that's impressive. It looks, you can instantly recognizable.
Which I really hate.
He's a lot of fun though, because we'll take him to a library and then take like a board book for little kids, and he'll pose his tentacles up. It looks like he's reading,
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of, and the kids actually, some of them are scared. When they see him, they won't want to touch him, and the other ones, they want to repose his tentacles every time they come through. And sometimes it works. Sometimes they break a piece off and
They're like, oops.
put it on the table.
Yeah.
We'll fix it.
Throw it
Buzz Aldrin. Buzz has been around for 5 years. He made his first appearance 5 Brickworlds ago, and he's going to NASA next month as a permanent display.
Awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. Yeah, he did NASA for the anniversary back in '09 for the summer. Several months in the summer, and we bopped him around, and finally we wanted to give him a permanent home. And we figured NASA might like him back again, but this was it, boys. He's yours. So yeah, we're very excited. Next month we take it down to Huntsville, Alabama. That's the United States Space and Rockets Space Camp.
Oh, okay.
The famous space camp is there. So that's where he'll be. He'll get to see thousands of kids every year. And that's nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You could give him that model. That's really neat.
Yeah, so he's an old guy he's being put to pasture, but he's still going to be on display. We have a friend here, Jeffrey and Robin Vians. They have this really wonderful town layout called Shackleton, and recently they had a flood and they weren't able to. Most of their stuff was destroyed. But their Shackleton town inspired us to build a tribute to them because we've done so many shows, elbow to elbow, wonderful people, and we designed the fire rescue chopper. And we start with the little guy because we knew we only had so many of those old nano pieces to work with, and then Johnny does the same thing in minifig scale, while I'm doing off in the room in a pile of red, trying to figure out how to do a mini land scale. And it's cute because they're difficult to pick up and shoot into, but they have the gurney and the pilots, and it's got the oxygen bottle sitting up on the stretcher, and there's cabinets on the wall, and so I tend to do that too often. I'll build a lot of details into something that no one ever sees, but
It's cool for you. I mean,
but it was a cool concept because we start together with this, and then we branch off and work on the other two versions. And I knew you liked these. Yeah, I thought about not bringing them out here, and I says, I think Josh would really enjoy seeing these. So, and as a matter of fact, there's still a piece in the car that goes right here. I haven't found that yet. Hey, that's pretty good for an old guy. I remembered that.
Right.
Who's that, John?
That is Rayman from the Rayman games created by Ubisoft, and then the big blue guy is his friend Glowbox.
Is he just in Rayman Origins, or?
No, he's in a bunch of other
Is he?
Rayman games. Unfortunately, that's not the hair design in Rayman
Same
Origins.
games,
He's a different one.
the crazy rabbits. came from.
Rabbids.
Yep.
Well, not all of them are in all. Not the rabbits aren't in all of the games, but the rabbits do have their own games.
Some more Mighty Figs.
you got some more Star Trek and some superheroes, Star Wars there. Nice.
And then the random guy with an axe.
Abraham Lincoln, vampire hunter. Okay.
Very historically accurate.
Yeah. And finally, we come to the end with this. This was here last year. We actually had planned to build this at the time that our good friend Heather Broughton came up missing last year, and then eventually was found dead. And we dedicated it to her children because we had known Heather for a very long time, and we were thinking about this because this is, being the Northern Lights, and they were up in Washington, and so, and it's funny because to us it's like we built it to have, we wanted it to have charm, and I think we got that. We obtained that. And that's actually, it's so charming that my wife likes it. And we probably will be able to keep it together for a very long time because of that. No, honey, you can't take that apart.
It is a really neat model, the way you get the house and then kind of the perspective out in the
cool.
sky.
A lot of people, they'll come up, they'll ask, a lot of the kids will ask, they'll speculate on what kind of electronic gizmos, and we are not using any circuitry of any sort. This is a simple Lego motor with a tinfoil reflector. And that's how the light goes across the aurora in the sequence. There's nothing to it. A regular Lego battery holder, a couple of LEDs from Radio Shack, and a piece of aluminum foil.
Very cool. So how did you come up with that technique? Did you see that or just came up with it?
I'm an old carpenter, Josh. There are a lot of techniques I've had to come up with over the years.
Okay.
Yeah.
The piece of twisted.
That explains it then. So you do run Brickworks, which is your company. briXwerX. Okay, so that's how you pronounce it. Sorry.
I couldn't say it for the first year.
Okay, so you mentioned that you do like library programs and stuff. Is that all through briXwerX?
Yeah, we do. We've done a lot of children's workshops. We help libraries develop their own Lego clubs, things like that. We do instructional seminars, classroom lectures, and it's all basically, it's all for fun, and it's all to get the kids, because with Lego, we have this power to get children interested in what we might want to talk about. Let's say if it's science or history, You know, and a lot of times, see, John and I started hand in hand with libraries from the very beginning, knowing that most children, my children, are readers. Most children are not. And people need to be readers because books are a wonderful thing. So we started off with libraries to help bring that love for Lego into the love for being at the library, not just being at the library to get a book or whatever. And it was a great thing because it was working out well for not only for us, because we were working with so many new communities and new great people and meeting a lot of kids, but it was great for them because the children were interacting with the staff even in better ways than before because we had entered Lego into the equation. And many of the libraries today are branching off and doing their own monthly clubs, it's a wonderful thing to have. There's so many kids interested in Lego. And there's like no community in America that probably wouldn't have one that it has to be successful. So
yeah. I mean, with the popularity of Lego today, I mean, it's just a great thing to bring kids into the library, like you were saying.
Yeah. We feel that it's a tool, like television's a tool. Now, television hasn't necessarily been used to its fullest potential, but maybe Lego should be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.